Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is the Prince of FNAF, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing, and also be sure to hit that notification bell. That way, you'll indeed be notified for any awesome videos like this in the future. Foxy is the original OG fan favorite character. When Five Nights at Freddy's was just a new game that was trending and YouTubers were playing it, Foxy was the OG fan favorite. In fact, there are so many different versions of the character across the whole franchise that I couldn't really name them all to you because it would be that long. Even more so than that, if you wanted to get your hands on Foxy action figures or merchandise, you had to get them when they first released, or you weren't going to get them at all. That's how popular he was. So, with that being said, let's do a character breakdown and analysis of Foxy the Pirate Fox. Let's get it! Foxy is a pirate themed animatronic that has his own show stage to the far left of the main show stage within the first FNAF Pizzeria location. Foxy is characterized as being a fox with a eye patch and a pirate hook. He also appears to have various different tears and damages in his animatronic suit. As well, the character even sports some gold fangs. Now, when looking for answers as to why Foxy is decommissioned and not working alongside the other animatronics to entertain children, the answer is quite simple when you look to other FNAF games as well as the book series. In the original book series for Five Nights at Freddy's, we learn that Foxy's endoskeleton is very erratic and almost seems to have a mind of its own, causing the animatronic to violently move its hook around and to just erratically move. Very much different than the rest of the animatronics when possessed. So, even before being possessed, Foxy did have a couple tweaks that needed to be worked out, where Foxy would violently swing his hook around and move from side to side. So, this is most likely the reasoning for Foxy being shut down and decommissioned, and why he's in such poor state when we see him in Five Nights at Freddy's. And even more references to this are in Help Wanted, where we have to fix Foxy. And when we are fixing Foxy, there are moments in this game where Foxy will violently swing his hook around and move from side to side, snapping his jaws wildly. So it is pretty clear to say that, yeah, this is probably one of the reasons why Foxy was shut down, because not only was he moving erratically, but he could have seriously injured a child. And going back to the Silver Eyes, one of the original Five Nights at Freddy's books, this did happen to one of the characters when Foxy was activated. Foxy plunged his hook down onto one of the characters, ripping their leg open. I also believe that this didn't just happen once, but actually happened twice, where the main character of the first novel trilogy actually got seriously injured in her arm by the hook as well, but don't quote me on that. I haven't read the original books in quite a long time. I think this would be a great time to actually bring up the Silver Eyes, or just novel trilogy Foxy, who is essentially just FNAF 1 Foxy, but a lot taller, a lot more realistic, and a lot more animalistic in nature. This version of Foxy is quite literally an animal. As Purple Guy within the events of the trilogy says, they do not remember who they originally were, and in fact have become so desensitized by their whole scenario that they themselves have turned into the animals that they've been stuck as for years. So, while the animatronics within this game are years gone, little of their original personality is retained. They are more akin to actual animals, operating on pure instinct. The Foxy in these stories is quite interesting, as Foxy is mean and more animalistic like the other ones. In one of the scenes in the story, Foxy actually jumps out of his pirate cove to attack someone, actually getting parts of the curtain stuck in between his joints and his mechanical parts, having to remove them. Foxy also chases Charlie through the arcade, smashing arcade cabinets and throwing them to the ground like he's a kaiju in a city. So obviously this version of Foxy is very strong and very powerful. And even more so than that, during Five Nights at Freddy's, the Twisted Ones, he actually defeats the Twisted Wolf in a very violent struggle by mutilating the animatronic and decapitating it. So this is a very animalistic version, very different to just the malfunctioning, possessed Foxy we see in FNAF 1. But let me know what you guys thought about my look at Foxy. And with that being said, do take care, have a great night, and I'll see you guys in the next one.